Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel, Health is a Verb with Dr. Barnes. We would like to wish you a very happy new year. We thank God who has enabled us to come to a new year once again. It's a good feeling to start something afresh. So welcome to this episode, and I'm your host, Naba Kavanova, and I'm here with
Dr. Barnes.
Yes. So Dr. Barnes, you're welcome and happy new year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you.
Looking lovely.
You're looking so bright today.
Thank you.
Our nice yellow peach.
Yes, New Year
New
goals.
year, new goals. Hey, this is really nice.
Yeah.
So actually, in today's episode, we are going to be talking about goals. We are going to, first of all, do a small review of 2022.
Yeah.
I believe we had goals. I had goals. Dr. Barnes had goals. You also had goals 2022. How did it go? So we're going to give you a small view of how it went in our personal lives in the year 2022 last year. Then we've also come up with a way of setting better goals come 2023, and that's what we are going to talk about. You are welcome in the discussion. So Dr. Barnes, how was 2022?
Wow. 2022 was long
Yeah.
and short.
Oh, okay.
In some instances it was short, in some instances it was long.
Okay.
But overall it was an exciting year. It was a very exciting year. There was a lot of learning, there was a lot of activity, and it felt good at the end.
Nice.
Yes,
nice. That was the same for me as well. There was a lot of learning after going through 2020, 2021. 2022 was that year that was giving us a fresh look at life and a lot of learning. So personally, can you share with us some of the goals that you had for 2022, and did you achieve any? Did you face any challenges? Our friends here want to know, how did it go and how are you prepared for 2023?
Well, of course I set goals like everybody. New Year resolutions at the start of the year. We were coming out of a 2-year long pandemic situation.
Yes.
So there was a lot to catch up with on a personal level, on business side, career-wise. There was a lot of catching up to do because we were all in lockdown for 2 years. So I set a lot of goals, and somewhere along the way, I started to feel like they were more of wishes than goals.
Okay.
Yes, because a lot of them fell off by the wayside along the way. A lot of them felt like I was achieving more on one side than on the other side.
Okay.
So
not balanced.
it wasn't balanced.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what it felt like with my goals. And somewhere along the way, I had to first pause and reevaluate and revise, do some revision of the strategy on how to achieve my goals for 2022.
That's same with me, by the way. And I remember I have two that I would like to talk about, but before I say those two, our discussion today is really about the balance. Dr. Barnes talked about being lame. One side you're doing well, and another side you're really at zero or even negative. So one of the learnings that I've picked up in 2022 is, as I continue in my life, I need to be a balanced individual. There's a phenomenon called the wheel of life. So we'll be talking about that later in today's episode. But I promised to give you two goals, and one was successfully met and one I struggled. So one of those is making my home a home. Okay. You know, I started the journey of having a home for my family in 2020. And by the time I entered the house, it was just a place to live in. There's a door, there's a window, there's a bed, and we're just staying there. But I started a journey to make it a home, comfortable, a place that I would like to always go back to and feel like I'm at home.
Yes,
feel at home. That feeling of feeling at home is what my goal was, even in 2022. And so far, so good.
Wow,
we've made some big strides, and it's still a work in progress, guys, but so far, so good. Wow. So that is one area that really excites me. As I am now in 2023, I know I will achieve because I've been doing well. Wow. The one where I struggled, at the beginning of 2022, I started a journey to take care of my health, and both physical, spiritual, mental health. I struggled in the physical health part of eating healthy, exercise. I did very well up to the mid of the year, but after some time I started declining. Just like you said, I fell off the path due to a number of reasons. But in hindsight, I think I was trying to be an overachiever, achieve so much within a very short time, to show that I've made progress, instead of taking it at my pace, being realistic and being consistent and intentional.
Wow.
And that is what I've learned for 2022. And going into 2023, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be balanced in my expectations, being intentional, putting going step by step, and congratulating myself along the way.
Wow.
Well, I've shared mine. It's your turn to tell us any that you feel we can learn from your side.
Well, before I share mine, I'm learning from yours.
Oh, okay.
The home, I have watched you build your home.
Okay.
And there's a lot I've learned from that. It's been a labor of love. I think that's what we would call it.
Thank you.
Because a number of times, especially having experienced as a child, I think we moved into our house home while it was under construction.
Yes, I remember that very well.
The construction went on for years.
God.
I think from that experience, we are usually averse from starting something until it's finished. So until you see it finished, you're like, I won't move in until we put the windows. We finished the windows. I won't move in until we've put something on the floor. No, let's not yet. So your resilience and determination to say, you know what, there's a roof, there's windows, let's move in and keep going while we are there.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Yes.
Yeah, if you are able to see it, thank you. Thank you for that. That
has encouraged me, and I think it's a lesson for all our goals.
Okay, yeah.
A number of times you hesitate to do something because you're waiting for it to be perfect.
Perfect, exactly.
So sometimes we need to move into the house before it's complete
exactly.
to get something moving. And I've learned something from that.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Barnes.
Yeah, and congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Still work in progress. And yeah, thank you very much.
So my goals, there's one that I feel I've succeeded in really well, made a lot of progress on. Something happened during 2020-2021 period that threw me off. But I did not believe I had been thrown off.
Okay.
So I got into action mode. I kept going, buried myself in work, it was really tragic, but I ignored the process of managing it.
Okay.
So I ignored it. I buried myself in work. I buried myself in everything else except taking care of myself and how I was reacting, or how my body and mind was responding to that tragic situation. And there were symptoms. I mean, it was I got symptoms. I would get panic attacks once in a while. I would get I would have sleepless nights. I would fail to go to sleep, or I would wake up in the middle of the night and fail to go back to sleep. And then the day starts and I'm tired. I'm too tired because half the night I was struggling to sleep.
So your body was telling you something.
My body was telling me something.
Okay.
I knew what it was telling me.
Yes, yes.
It's not like I didn't know. I mean, it's abnormal to have sleepless nights.
Yeah.
It's abnormal to have panic attacks randomly out of the blue. One moment you're okay, one moment you feel like there's something coming, there's a sense of doom. I know those signs. I know those symptoms.
Yeah, you're a doctor.
But exactly. But I was, I could tell that's happening, but like, you know what? Breathe through it, move on.
We ignored that
I ignored the signs. And it went on for so long until several things got me to make a decision to be intentional about taking care of my mental health.
Okay.
And dealing with that tragic situation and what it was doing to my body. But one of the things that happened was I was driving and I got a panic attack while driving.
Wow.
On a highway, not in our town where there's potholes that help slow you down and you're driving very slowly. I was on a highway, driving really fast, and just suddenly I felt I might overturn the car. Thoughts, very, very negative thoughts were going on in my mind, and I didn't understand what was going on. I felt like maybe I was running out of breath, so I had to stop. Because again, I know the symptoms.
Yes.
So I recognized the symptoms and stopped. Thankfully, there was somebody else in the car.
Okay.
Stopped, took some water, took some breaths, and then we were able to keep going. But after that, and that was towards the end of 2021.
2021, okay.
So at the beginning of 2022, I decided to be intentional about taking care of my mental health.
That's great.
And
that's great.
Before that, of course, I was doing a few things, but they were not intentional. They were reactional. I was reacting to my symptoms. But this time I decided I needed to be more intentional, that I wasn't going to wait for symptoms or wait for issues to come up and then I'll have a solution. I needed to be intentional in healing myself.
Yeah.
So I did several things. One of them is meditation. I got an app that's been very, very helpful. There's reminders. There's very many options on what to do. Some portions have music. Some portions have someone just talking you through deep breaths, and some have stories, sleep stories to help you actually sleep. I used to laugh at them at the beginning. I used to ignore the sleep stories until I realized they actually work.
They were helping you to sleep.
They were helping me to sleep.
Okay.
So halfway through the year, I realized I was fine. I was calm.
And the symptoms were not there anymore.
The symptoms were not there anymore. I was also, what do we call it? Because it's not just the symptoms. I was the calm in several storms.
Yes.
I could walk in.
Basically, the storms didn't go away.
Yes.
The troubles continued.
Exactly.
But you were now more calm.
I was more calm.
You're relaxed.
I was more reasonable during conversations. I wasn't easy to trigger.
Okay.
And, and that was general life. Now, normal general activities unrelated to the tragic situation that brought this on. Elsewhere in my life, I was fine mentally.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know
great
how else
progress,
to put it. So
Doctor.
At the end of this year, I've been, I can attribute that to being consistent, especially with the package, the meditation package that app gives me, but also with several other things that I decided to be intentional about specifically to help with mental health. Yes. So
congratulations.
That's a win for
Doctor.
me. I haven't had any panic attacks. I've been a source of inspiration to other people. So
I always see your WhatsApp statuses.
Oh yes, that's where the information comes from, that app. And
I always see the WhatsApp statuses. They are always inspiring.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And thank you the fact that your personal journey or growth to manage your own issues, you're using it to help others.
Yes.
So helping others. Because I also have one that's almost related. Many years ago, I started a blog, a Christian blog, talking about my journey also with the Lord Jesus Christ in my life. And I felt along the way I would get writer's block. I feel like I don't want to do it. They call it this syndrome. They call it the imposter syndrome.
Yes.
And I struggled a lot with it. But in 2022, last year, I managed to keep up with my writing, and good enough, we started a project at church to write articles from the book of Matthew. And when I joined the team, we are now writing, and my writing has really, really picked up.
Yes.
I think mental health really paralyzes us, and we are not even able to give back to people and share our success stories, share what we're going through to encourage others. And guys, that's why we are here today, to talk to you about this goal setting and the balance of life.
Yes. Well, you mentioned imposter syndrome, and taking us back a bit to 2022.
Okay.
There's another goal that I set to help me overcome imposter syndrome.
Okay.
I don't think I was intentionally setting out to say, I have imposter syndrome, I am going to fix it. That wasn't the goal.
Okay.
But I was starting out so many projects at the beginning of the year, and I kept having doubts. Is this the right time? Am I the right person to do this? Is it too big for me? Should I reduce it? So I had a lot of such thoughts about a number of the projects I was starting out on. So I set out to teach myself about everything,
Okay.
Because a number of them are not 100% medical.
Okay.
Like I mentioned in a previous video, I'm on a journey to invite my creative side back into my life. So a number of things are on the creative end, a number of them are business related. So I set out on a journey to learn everything I can on business, everything I can on creativity. I read books, I went to sessions, I absorbed a lot of information. In my mind, I kept thinking that would help drown out the thoughts of imposter syndrome.
The doubts that we keep holding us back.
Exactly. I felt that if I had the information, if I had the skills, if I had the tools, it would reduce fears to take the next steps. It would make me feel more confident. So I've absorbed a lot of information.
Wow.
2022 has been absorb. I can't say I don't get the thoughts of doubt once in a while, but I feel a lot
You're
more
now
confident.
more confident.
Yes, the confidence helps.
So, okay, still on that point, tell us, so 2023, what should we expect
2023,
from you?
A lot.
Start.
You should expect a lot. You won't see me coming.
Okay, nice. Good to hear that.
So 2023 is action.
Okay, good.
Yes,
good.
is action. Good. Actioning everything I've learned, putting it into practice to figure out, was it worth all these things I've been learning? Was it worth it? Does it make sense? Does it match what I'm doing? So yes, I'll be writing more. I'll be implementing a lot more of the things I've learned in business into my business, our business.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm hoping to also give back, because I've not received this information from a vacuum.
Okay.
So I hope to be an inspiration. I'm not yet sure how that will go. So don't ask me for targets and how I'm going to do that particular bit of giving back. But I'm hoping to use what I've learned to inspire somebody else or a couple of other people. Yes.
Incidentally, I also, on my 2023 goals, I have that element of giving back.
Oh, wow.
Yes. 2023, I want to be intentional about being financially disciplined, so that I can grow more income streams. Like we've been talking me and you, we have a lot of strength, a lot of ability, but we are not putting it to use. And these are things that the people need. So I would like to deal my finances in 3 areas. One is to build on the strengths that I have, to build more income streams.
Okay.
Secondly, I would like to intentionally manage my expenses. I notice a lot of things I have bought and utilized. I mean, bought but not utilized. I shop things, and just because I like it, but I don't need it. So yeah, on that area. And the third one is being intentional on giving back and helping people financially still. So I like that, but you've brought it in a sense of even sharing our skills, our strengths in our business. That's part of our goals in Burns Medcare, to give back to the people. So I think 2023 already looks good.
Yeah,
it looks good on you, really. Even as you're expressing yourself, I see somebody who is energized. Keep up that energy.
I hope so.
And our friends out there, we encourage you to do this exercise. Do a review. What happened last year? Don't worry if things didn't go well. It's a lesson. It's your learning to pick from that and enter 2023 with energy to do better and to learn more. Dr. Burns has talked about learning and teaching herself. We learn a lot as we go along. There are forums these days. The internet is so open with a lot of information. There are so many forums. I joined the Social Entrepreneurship Forum just 2 months ago, and I'm already being put into situations where I'm learning a lot. So don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on what you feel you'd want to do. Pick up new skills for 2023. All will be really bright. I believe it will be bright. So all the things I did in 2022, I'm continuing to do, continuing to finalize my homemaking and also my especially physical health goals. Those ones, I know, I see you, even you there. You need to work on your physical health, exercising, eating healthy, mental health, spiritual health. One of the things we started in our family, we started to read the Bible from Genesis. Last week we completed chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1. So we agreed we are going to learn the word of God, get to know who this God is in our lives, and enrich our journey in knowing the Lord Jesus Christ. So that is another goal that I have in 2023, on top of the writing that we are doing as a church to share the gospel to anybody out there, since the Lord came to save all of us. I think I've summarized a bit of what I'm looking at in 2023. I'm glad that we are partners. We keep each other accountable. Now that we are having this discussion, I know I'll be asking you, you'll be asking me. So, and for sure, I was just telling you the other day that probably even our friends, our viewers who are watching, you might be needing an accountability partner. We are here. We are not perfect, but we have started the journey. You can join us. We can be your accountability partner so that you are able to meet your goals of 2023. So Dr. Burns, now that we have started this conversation, 2023, I believe it's a starter. Therefore, what do you want to tell our friends?
What I would say is be kind to yourself. It's personal goal setting is slightly different from goal setting in the corporate setup. In corporate setups, everything is very structured. You have Excel sheets, you have templates, you have so many people accountable to one specific goal doing several different things. And that is a structure that is meant to enable a goal be set from start to completion. When it's your personal goals, you get to Feb and you start to feel like, I don't see results.
It's on you. It was you supposed to put it in the Excel sheet, track it.
So it starts to feel lonely. It starts to feel like it's not worth it. you start to forget because then work is calling, your people are calling, your children are calling, so you easily get distracted.
Yeah.
So be kind to yourself, but write down your goals. Write them down. Put them on paper. That's a start.
Thank you. Thank
Everything
you. That's
you write
very
down,
important.
you will. It looks back at you. So you've taken it away from your mind. You've put it on paper, and it looks back at you. And write it down in a place that you can refer to frequently. And then be intentional about reviewing those goals. Don't wait until December to go back to that notepad where you wrote your goals in January. Do a, quarterly review. Do a monthly review. And the other thing is get an accountability partner. It doesn't have to be a person very close to you, but just like I said, writing things down makes them look back at you. Saying them to somebody else also reflects them back at you.
They get legs and feet, and they are able to become live.
Yes.
You liven them actually when you speak them, when you write them.
Yes.
Yes.
So those are the practical ways of working out your personal goals and making sure that they are goals. They are not wishes. They are more than wishes. They are things you feel you wish to accomplish. Look at things. So I want to lose 2 kilos this year. How am I going to lose those 2 kilos?
Yes.
Always ask yourself, okay, this is what I want to do. How am I going to achieve it? By asking yourself the how, you're going to force your brain to think about the actions, the actual actions that you're going to do to accomplish that goal and follow it up.
Oh, thank you. I felt like taking notes when you were speaking. I felt like taking notes. Yes, yeah. I'm sure you are taking notes. Somebody out there is taking notes. Yes. And I'm going to pick up on those points and add them. I wrote down my goals, but there's something I've learned from Dr. that I'm going to add to my goals. So thank you very much for having this conversation with me.
And maybe sometime in June we could do a recap of this conversation and see where you all are and where we are.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we'll put it in our schedule to have this conversation. Probably June is far. We could do a quarterly one.
Okay.
But yes, it's important to do that review.
Definitely.
Yeah. So thank you very much for watching us, and we've only started.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. Go out and do your best.
Yeah.
It's not too late. Whatever it is, whatever your age, go out and achieve all those goals.
One foot in front of the other.
Exactly. So that was all from us on this channel, Health is a Verb with Dr. Barnes. And we wish you all the best in 2023.
Yeah.
Hope you achieve all your goals for this new year. Bye-bye.
Bye.